This team is amazing. Like that, working with them and doing this whole thing with them is just would not be possible otherwise. And if you're looking to do a conference, check your people first. Don't go to this crazy thing with random people. And since we're already set up and you already see the like very gloomy backdrop, let
Can,
me.
can we have a moment of silence,
Yes,
please?
I wanted to ask you for 1 minute of silence, like 1 minute of like peaceful respect for what's about to happen right now. Raging HDD, 10 seconds is enough, thank you. So maybe you saw, maybe you didn't, we posted that ETHWarsaw is dead. And Monika and Łukasz already mentioned that this edition was difficult for us. Like on many fronts, it was difficult for us. It was difficult to coordinate. It was difficult to manage, but it was also very difficult to push through. Running a conference takes mostly takes your time, takes your effort, but takes a lot of your spirit, your devotion for the community, because all of the months running up to this day are not the easiest ones. Today, this few hours before opening, I'm so hyped, I don't need coffee. But the months before that, those are the hard ones. Those are where you actually have to put the work in, where you have to sacrifice a lot of what you're doing personally to make sure that this actually happens. And that ties in, like our troubles tie to bigger troubles of all of Ethereum communities, all of the tech conference communities. And to me, this is a signal that the conference era is over. The conferences, as we know them, as we remember them from a few years back, are no longer serving the same case as they used to. Where you're going to a conference and the first thing you mention, like, and this is very common for most of my friends, is that the first thing they mention is, well, I'm just going there to see some of my friends. I don't see them regularly. They live in different cities, different continents. I just go there because I want to meet them. I don't go there to explore the projects because I also know the projects. I know the teams that are being presented there. I know the people on site. I look around here and I see a lot of familiar faces. We're running up the meetups every month and I know these people, and this is a great thing. This means that the conferences, as the way that we figured out the conferences, that this actually worked. This made it possible for us to meet up with one another, to build friendships, to build actual professional and personal relations. It's allowed the projects that I remember only starting to gain like huge recognition. I remember the cases where people were still like walking up to Uniswap booth saying, hey, so what do? You don't really have that anymore. Right now, those projects have built big enough brands that they can build their own side events. They can actually build their own conferences. So the brand recognition that we see among the people in the industry and the companies in the industry is incredible. And this is also very much thanks to the incredible works that marketers, that brand builders, that conference organizers actually put into that. They did the work, and now that part, in my opinion, is something that we managed to do well. What we do need now, and what we hear more and more, is that instead of constant travel, instead of the Euro trips and Asia trips and US trips, we need more nesting. We need more time to be on site. We need more spaces to work. We need more stable relationships on site. And it's not sustainable to be traveling the whole time. You get exhausted, you get really tired, and you don't get to spend enough time with the people you met on the road. So in the current climate, I think we need more roots than reunions. It's great that we get to meet every year, every few times a year at different events, but it would be better if we could keep this going on for the whole year. So what's next? If this is the current climate in which we're evolving, if this is the current requirements from the community, their needs and beliefs, what do we do? What do we do now? And long live ETHWarsaw. If you're worried about us finishing operating and killing ETHWarsaw, we're not. We're not killing ETHWarsaw. We believe in building something that is meaningful and something that is great. But we want to make sure that this works for everybody here. So we're going to change how we operate, and those will be some important changes. Over the next month, you will see the full rollout of what we're planning for the next years. And I hope you will stay with us for the entirety of the journey. So instead of meeting once a year on a conference, we want to meet every day. We want to meet every week, every month. We want to make those interactions way more frequent than they used to be. I want to be able to see you all in a few weeks on a meetup, or in a few months on a bootcamp, or hack with you somewhere like middle of the year and not have to wait a whole year to see you again here. We want to change from putting the spotlight on just the sponsors into more like a campfire atmosphere, when we get to spend time together more often and get to talk in more depth about what we do both in our professional and private lives. We want basically to turn this from, just event friends to actual friends who see each other on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and have stuff to talk about besides just what we exchanged on the conference. And I think it's very meaningful because so many of my personal relations come from conferences, from events. This is so beneficial to find someone who understands what you're passionate about, and being able to bring them to your daily life is just a magical thing. So I want to roll out the 3 new pillars of ETHWarsaw that will outline what we want to do for the foreseeable future. So first thing, as you may know, ETHWarsaw has launched a co-working and community space. It's called Collective 3. If you're looking for a place to build in Warsaw, if you're looking for a community space to organize your meetup, if you're looking for a place to host a meeting with one of your potential partners, employees, whomever you want, you can come to our space, you can spend some time with us, and you can use the office space that we have prepared for you to make sure that there is a space in Warsaw for Web3 builders to exchange ideas and to meet on a daily basis. That part will also be responsible for all of the social interactions that ETHWarsaw is managing. That means meetups, bootcamps, social events. You will see us there, and we're welcoming you very, very warmly to our space. If you want more details, they're gonna be presented on the screens in the foyer. Second bit is ETHWarsaw is taking a massive bet on crypto education. We believe that with the big Web2 world turning more towards real-world assets, towards stable coins, with the huge corporates, banks, remittance platforms turning to using crypto as their actual method of payment, actual method of moving money, they will need more and more people who are trained in Web3. They will need people who understand why one solution is better than the other. And right now, our community is not big enough to cater to that thing. So we want to be able to both help people who want to get themselves onboarded to crypto. So we're going to be doing bootcamps introducing crypto from the very, very beginnings. We're going to be doing bootcamps for developers. We're going to be doing bootcamps for lawyers who want to get trained in and working with crypto, and also for people who are doing products, BD or sales work. So we're going to get you covered from whichever place you're starting. Those bootcamps will start in end of September, and the signups will be open soon. So if you're looking for something, again, you will find more info in the foyer. And the third part of ETHWarsaw that we want to launch this fall is the acceleration program. And this realizes our long-term vision of converting hackathon projects into companies. We love the fact that we see a lot of familiar faces, but come on, we also want to see some new ones. So there's nothing better than to see the project that you judged on a hackathon come back next year for a presentation or share the news that they've managed to fundraise. This is something that really gets our spirits up. So So we want to make sure that we can we can make this happen after the conference. So ETHWarsaw Acceleration will launch in September as well. And addressing the elephant in the room and like the elephant in the elephant maybe, it was really never about the conference. When we started doing that, it was always about bringing people together. It was never just about organizing a conference. And that may also mean that you will not see ETHWarsaw conference the way you see it right now. We may do another event that will look similar, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same size. So in some sense, this is your last ETHWarsaw conference the way it is being run today. And from that point, I want to give my biggest thanks to the now I'm getting teary. I want to thank my team for making this happen with me for the last 4 years. I want to thank all of the volunteers who are here from the crack of dawn with us today, setting up the stage, who were with us late last night, who were at the previous editions. I want to help the sponsors for believing in us and for telling us, hey, we want to be here, this is important for us. You help us get customers, you help us get new people on board. So I want to thank all of the partners who are making this possible. But again, we need to change the forms, we need to be able to keep up with the current demand. So ETHWarsaw, as you know it, is dead, but also ETHWarsaw begins now, and long live ETHWarsaw. And that was everything that I wanted to tell you. And I'm so happy that you're here. And I'm going to be here with you for the rest of the day at the stage. So if you have any questions, just come ask me. And now I'm going to take a rest, take a breath. If you want to applaud, you can do it now. And now, as we did last year, we're going to take 5 minutes break to put up the partition behind the chairs in there so that we have 2 separate rooms. So for a few minutes, there's going to be some commotion. In the meantime, there's coffee in the lobby. There's some snacks in the lobby. Also remember that we have different stages today. We have Vistula with ETH Liga, we have Masuria with talks, we have Beaver Stage and Urbe Campus with workshops. And right now, let's get this party partitioned. Let's move let's connect the walls, and then we'll be back with you and Golem to start the full day of presentations.
Yeah, and as you can see, the ETHWarsaw team is wearing the special T-shirts, volunteers and stewards. So if you have any questions, any concerns, doubts, please find someone from the team and we'll happily help you.
We'll help you out.
Thank you again, Paulina.